This happened just last year, during Holly Bash weekend, Rowan University's biggest spring festival. If you've never heard of it, think of it like our own mini Coachella. It's a massive, high-energy event with carnival rides, food trucks, games on the lawn, and a concert with a surprise headliner. It's held every April on Hollybush Green, right near the old Hollybush Mansion. The entire campus turns out for it. It's supposed to be the best day of the year. And for most people, it probably was. I was a sophomore then. Like most students, I stayed out late that night, celebrating, laughing, just soaking in the energy of it all. Rowan's in a pretty quiet suburb. Glassboro doesn't exactly scream danger, even at 2 o'clock in the morning. So when I left my friend's dorm and started walking back to Chestnut Hall alone, I didn't feel unsafe. But I should have. What I didn't know at the time was that around 12:30 a.m., hours before I left, there were already reports of masked individuals roaming campus. A whole group of them. 10, maybe more. People had spotted them banging on doors and riding around on bikes, even outside Chestnut. I hadn't seen any of that. I hadn't checked social media. I was just trying to get home. It was about 2:30 a.m. when I swiped into Chestnut Hall. Everything was still. Quiet. I walked inside, heading toward the stairs, and that's when I saw him. Someone was sitting in the lounge. Now, that alone isn't weird. College dorms are never really asleep. But this guy was different. He was wearing a full black ski mask. Not a hoodie. Not a COVID mask. A ski mask. Just sitting there. Not scrolling his phone. Not talking to anyone. Just watching. Dead still. I froze, confused. My brain struggled to make sense of it. Who just sits there in a mask like that? Was it a joke? A prank? And then he moved. Without warning, he sprang to his feet and turned to face me, all in one sharp motion. I didn't wait. I ran. Instinct took over, and I bolted down the hallway, ducking into the first bathroom I saw. I slammed the door and locked it behind me. My heart was pounding in my throat. I stayed there for at least 5 minutes. Listening. Waiting. Hoping the hallway would go quiet again. Eventually, it did. I cracked the door open and peeked out. Empty. No sound. No sign of him. Maybe he left. Maybe it was some dumb prank and he got bored. I stepped into the hallway and started walking toward the exit on the other side of the building, trying to keep my head down. I didn't want to run. I didn't want to confirm my own fear. And that's when I saw him again. He was still there. Still in the lounge. Still masked. Only this time, he was standing in my direct path. His bike was leaning against the door. And there was a chair wedged tightly between the wall and the door frame, like he'd jammed it there on purpose. Like he was setting a trap. My blood ran cold. I reached for my keys. I had a can of pepper spray attached to the ring. I didn't point it at him, I just showed it. Held it in front of me like a warning. He didn't flinch. He didn't say anything. Didn't move. It felt like he wanted me to see him. Like the whole point wasn't to hurt me, but to make sure I knew he was there. That I was being watched. I walked past him, forcing myself not to run. I pushed through the far door and left the building. Halfway to Magnolia Hall, I heard the sound of bikes behind me. I turned. 3 more of them. Riding slowly. Masked. Laughing. They didn't touch me. Didn't grab me. But they circled me like vultures, heckling me, saying things I couldn't quite understand. And the worst part? A couple of them were waving guns. Not pointing. Just holding them. Casually. Like they wanted me to see them. To wonder if they were real. I told myself they had to be fake, airsoft maybe. But even if they were, it didn't matter. They were trying to scare me. And it worked. I kept walking. Didn't run. Didn't scream. I just prayed they wouldn't follow me all the way. When I reached Magnolia, I texted my friend and asked him to come outside. He walked me back to Chestnut. Just having someone with me made me feel safer. By then, the bikers were gone. I didn't call the police that night. I wasn't physically hurt. But I was shaken. Violated. Like the place I called home wasn't safe anymore. I told my mom the next day. She was furious. She reported it immediately. That night, some of my guy friends texted me. They'd had similar encounters. Groups of masked people. Guns. Intimidation. One of them even said they'd been approached on the dorm lawn. Nobody was hurt. But it was enough to finally get campus police involved. Since then, I've heard rumors. Some say it was just local kids trying to scare students. Others think it was more serious than that. But all I know is this. A group of masked strangers made it inside my dorm. Into the place where I sleep. Where I'm supposed to feel safe. And I haven't walked home alone at night since.